the shores of Nineveh. Joseph, Mr. Joseph, you in that bright many-colored coat. You got anything to say? You are a big visionary. You had such visions, made your brothers jealous. They were jealous because Daddy liked you better than them. They were jealous because you had some time with God. And God spoke to you. And you know, that happens a lot of times in the church where God has given somebody a gift, and instead of us applauding it and encouraging them to sharpen and move forward with that gift, we sometimes want to beat them down and say, how is it you got that? I know where you came from. You ain't all that. You haven't been. I've been around longer than you. I had more education than you. So-and-so could say it better. But if God has given it to you, it's for you. And if He's given it to somebody else, don't beat them down. Encourage them. Encourage them. Joseph, what do you have to say about it? Well, my brothers planned a trap for me. And I fell in the trap. And they sold me into slavery down in Egypt. And you know, I ended up in prison down in Egypt. And you know, I could have given up. I could have said, the end is near, why don't I just roll in the towel? But while I was in there, God still had a plan. God still spoke to me. And I spoke to some of the prisoners, and I told them the things that God was going to do. And word made it to the king. And the king heard that there was somebody down incarcerated in the jail that had a message that they could get through to God. Bring him up here to me. And they brought Joseph out of slavery. And the end of the story was because Joseph interpreted the vision and the dream of Pharaoh. Egypt did not perish in the midst of the famine because in the years of plenty, because they got the word through Joseph, they were prepared and everybody around came to them to get blessed, including the family of Joseph. And when Joseph's family got there and they saw their brother had been elevated to a place of prominence, elevated from the slavery that they sold him into, elevated from the prison that Pharaoh had him put into, elevated to a place where he was now in charge of everything that Pharaoh had. And they were so afraid, and he told his brothers, wait a minute, don't worry about it, because everything that was meant to my destruction, God has turned it around and used it for my good. You see, if we start looking at things as not being quarter empty or 3/4 empty, but 3/4 full, meaning it's on the way up. You see, everything that's happened to you, God can turn it around and use it for a blessing. There's a song the choir says, everything that happened to me in my life, God did it. God turned it around, used it for His glory. Well, Joseph, I believe that when you were down in that jail, the Lord was with you. If I can just ask one more person.
My Lord.
Paul. I hate to bother you again. We just asked you something last week, but can you just remind me again of what happened? Tell me your story. Well, you see, I was on my way to kill me a few Christians. That was my pastime, you know. They just weren't doing things the way I was used to doing them. So I figured the way to break this up is kill it. You see, sometimes we don't understand something. We figure if we kill it, we're done with it. But you see, God had another plan. And while He was on the road to Damascus, Jesus came across and intersected was right there in the midst of the jail. And he said, confess and be converted and be saved, and your house will be saved too. I don't care where you go. I don't care what you go through. You cannot run from God. Martha Reeves and the Vangelis put it another way. Nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. I don't care where you go. If Jesus is in you, he will be with you. If Jesus is in you, he will stand by you through thick and thin. He said, I will never leave you, nor forsake you.